We should head for the circle, maybe. What do you think, boy? Shadow Palm. How hot's Wonder Woman? She's so hot. I saw both movies at the cinema. I saw one at like the big cinema. Like it's like the first Wonder Woman movie. The second one I saw on extreme screen. It wasn't as big, but still goddamn pretty. Yeah.
Okay.
Cause I love Wonder Woman. I do. She's hot. I think. Hey, you hear that? The actress is Disraeli. A lot of people didn't like the second one. I thought it was dope. I love how she gets that like armor and she can like, she has like wings.
Yeah.
So dope. I know everyone's different. I like that she was like an what's it called? Archaeologist. I thought that was cool. Apparently people were that. Careful. Right next to you? Where is this guy? Found him. Got another one running up on us. Alright, that's it. Clear. Because, like, if you're hanging with me, everyone can see me from really far, because I'm, like, big and pink and glow in the dark. The grenade guy that's been grenading us this whole time. Man, upgrading this pistol to gold was, like, the best decision I ever made.
Come.
You betcha. Man, like, I live in Australia, and I was on the, like, Oceanic server or whatever,
Yeah.
and everyone was being a jackass. I've been on the West Coast server now for a while, and everyone's been really goddamn nice.
Whoa.
As always. Dude, seriously, on the Oceanic server, like, it's a lot. It's not just a little. Oh, that's my friend. Oh, sorry. Oh my god. I was like shooting at it. I was like, what? Why aren't my bullets connecting? But yeah, it's a lot. Like, it's too much. Like, they don't just make a little bit of fun. Like, you know, pally, chummy. They go like the whole 9 yards. Like, they take it to the ultimate extreme, and then they start like getting all violent and threatening. Like I'm like, how dumb are you? This is the internet. Like, even if we were, I just wouldn't because I just can't be bothered. Australia's a big place. Maybe it's different in the States, but Australia's a big place and there's not many towns. So
Whoa. Damn. Nice. What's the best day you ever been?
best day, best day or best date?
State.
Oh, best state in Australia?
Yep.
This one for sure, Victoria.
Whoa.
I came from another one. I've been in a couple states. The people there suck. This one's by
What
far the
about-
best.
What about Hawaii? Hawaii.
I got a friend from Hawaii. Hawaii's pretty cool. My dad was a surfer and my friend's a surfer, so a lot of surfers in Hawaii.
That's awesome.
Yeah, Hawaii's pretty cool.
Yeah.
It's Australians, like, it was a nightmare. Like, there was this one kid who's like everyone, and then someone bullied him, and then he started crying, and then he got his parents, and his parents were on the mic, and I was like, what the fuck, man?
For what reason?
He's just fucked in the head. People just,
Oh.
it's actually pretty common in Australia. They start shit and play the victim.
Oh. I see.
I knew this American came to Australia. His kids are in school here. And his kids were getting bullied for being American. People make fun of their accent. So he arranged to meet up with the kids' dads.
Wow.
He's a dad. And so the dad came, and then the dad started making fun of him. Right? So this guy from the States, he ain't taking no shit. He's a savage. So he chops this guy in the neck. You know, punches him in the neck.
Yeah.
The guy immediately calls the police. The American gets put in jail.
Damn.
In jail, in lockdown, you know, 1 hour on his own, isolation, for standing up for himself.
Yeah.
It's constant here, like, it happens often, like, people behave like I'm not allowed to defend myself, and I'm like, what, so I'm not allowed to stand up for myself? But you gotta remember, it's a convict slave culture.
Oh, they both down. Oh.
Yeah, we're in trouble.
I think the whole entire squad's over there. There's a lot of them.
I'm just gonna start bombing them. I got one of them. Did we get him?
I'm not sure.
Maybe it was just one dude.
I'll get the other one.
I'm trying to get the card, goddammit. I got the card.
Alright.
Oh, you got the other one too? Sweet.
Yep.
Well done.
Yep.
Yeah, like the contrast. So, I caught so much crap on the Oceanic server, and now on the West Coast North American server, everyone's hella nice. It's just like such a huge difference.
First time I ever built this kind of wall.
Oh, really? Not much of a builder?
Yeah. Yeah. Not
Me
much
neither.
builder, yeah. I'm trying to learn it, but it takes time.
I build really slow.
Yeah.
Oh shit, I thought this was a flare. I thought this was a flare gun. I'm just shooting random bullets.
Yeah.
It's a blue revolver. See how bad I am at disguising with this skin?
They got company over there, I think.
Yeah.
They guys, yeah. We're gonna go. There's people here. There's people. Oh, that's the animal.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Gotta heal the blue. The blue is up here. Let me get through.
Another one. Another one.
Oh, you all the way up there?
Yeah, I hung back for a little bit. So many wolves, like, whoa.
Oh, they're shooting. Where they come from?
Don't know.
Oh,
I got my little wall.
There's a bus over there. I'm gonna take the bus.
Sucker. He's in the tower.
I'm coming. He's right here. There's one down here. One's going on top. He's coming. Reboot. They're gonna take care of this too. Oh my god, I can't. Shoot. Easy.
I got one of them.
He's next to you.
Yeah. I miss my gold pistol. still there?
I'm here. I'm focused on killing that guy so bad right now. I went over sweat. I went the sweat mode. Yep.
I can't believe I'm back.
Okay. Got him. He got the dead.
Hell yeah.
Damn.
So this heat, man, wow. I'm in Australia, so like, you know, we're just waiting for it to come back around, you know.
Cool.
It's gonna be brutal when it hits here.
Yep. Very hot over there.
England's copping it, cause like States is used to heat,
Yeah.
but England isn't used to it, and England's the hottest place in Europe.
Whoa.
Like today, yesterday,
Wow. 100 something.
yeah. So like, if this keeps going, like by the time it swings back around to Australia, like we could be in like an apocalypse.
Yeah.
So it was projected to hit this heat in 2050, but it's already hitting now.
You can add me as a friend.
I can't send any. I've got too many pending requests.
Whoa.
I can accept it though.
Yeah. See, you can send it. No, it doesn't let me.
Yeah, it doesn't let me either.
Yeah. Thank Oh man.
Man, it's amazing the amount of like heat that I get, the flack I get just for being like a emo with like that. When I go on like oceanic servers,
What do you play on?
PlayStation. I wanted to get a PC, but I never really had an opportunity. Like, I'm a bit of a nomad. I move around so much, you know, I can't really be dragging a PC with me, no shit. I used to have a Mac Mini, but I lost it because I move around so much. Like, I was vulnerable because I was moving from place to place, and I had to leave my stuff at a friend's house, and, you know,
You play on the phone or something?
PlayStation.
Oh, PlayStation.
Yeah, I've been able to lug my Switch would be good too. It's even smaller, so it's even easier to take around. This is like my third PlayStation console that I've had to buy. And I don't have a screen, but I managed to end up with VR and no screen. Yeah, I've bought so many screens, but like moving around, TVs are something you can't like pack in your suitcase, you know? And like I've moved from state to state. I just couldn't keep, like I had a 50-something inch TV. But I had to leave it in the other state. I had like more money, like because of COVID, our money got more expensive, and I had a more expensive apartment. But then the money went back down again, so I had to just kind of run, and I just decided to run back to this state because it was on a hectic lockdown, and I felt like I owe it to my friends to at least be there, because I never told any of them I was leaving. As far as I knew, as they knew, I was still here, and so I was experiencing it all with them, because I was like acting like I was still there, because I didn't tell anyone I was leaving. And after a while, I was like, I can't keep up this charade. So I came back to the Garden State. I half wish I didn't because it's brutal here. The lockdown was brutal, but I had to go through it. You know, it ended up being pretty easy on me because the state I was in didn't have a lockdown until after I left, so I didn't have to be on lockdown as much as everybody else. So I kept my sanity intact. Better than they did. Everyone in the state is really suffering right now. Like, a lot of dudes, I'll just say it this way. Kids Helpline got like 200% more calls from underage girls claiming they'd been assaulted than the year prior. So during the lockdown, that happened to a lot of people here. So right now, this state is like reeling from all of that. Like, I can't imagine how those dudes must feel who did that to their own like family. So there's a lot of pain in this city right now. Not really with me, like, I'm unaware of it. I live in a bachelor pad with a bunch of single dudes, so there's never any kids around us. So I don't really know what it's like for those dudes, because I don't know any family guys or anything like that, you know, that would have children around during the lockdown. But I would suspect that the suicide rate is going to go up. Because a lot of those dudes are going to kill themselves. See, the thing with this state, something that's different between Australia and the States, which might explain why this happened. It's like, we've got brothels, and a large, like, people from all around the world know that Australian women are prostitutes. And so, you know, unfortunately, that culture spills over into your private life. Like, if you're a dude and if Australians are dudes that are always going to the brothel, you know, and then the brothel's all closed because of the lockdown. And these dudes are used to this kind of culture where they just, you know, get what they want when they want it, you know. So unfortunately, you know, the children had to pay. But, you know, I think it's fucked up. Like, a brothel here or there, I understand, like Germany, but Australia is too much. And it's too fake. Because people act like they ain't prostitutes, but they is. Bitches is prostitutes here.
Yeah.
You know, like, I've been in so many relationships that didn't work out, and it's because, like, you know, my girlfriends are just fucking whores. There's so many Australian dudes out there. The thing with the prostitution in Australia is the Australians don't know about it. Like, if you talk to, like, a dude from India, he'll know. Like, this Indian dude came over to my house once, just knocked on the door, and he's like, oh, I know the owner, please let me stay. And I could tell he was up to something shifty, like, the owner didn't really know he was there, but I was like, whatever. Got a spare room, yeah, come in. And he's like, telling me he's gonna call a prostitute over, and I didn't even know you could do that. I've heard about it. But, you know, pizza delivery, but it's a bitch. And so Australian girls are doing this, but the Australian guys don't know about it. It's always with foreign men. So the Australian guys are dating their girlfriend and wondering what's wrong. You know, because she's just, you know, taking it all out on, you know how girls are. A guy pisses them off, they take it out on their boyfriend.
Wow.
So just horrible relationship after the other. Because there's so much prostitution, a lot of Australian men just expect women to just, give it up for cash anyway, even if they're not. Even if they're underage. You just wave, yeah, because like I know emo girls and like rich dudes just drive around in their expensive cars waving wads of cash at young 15-year-old girls, $1,000 for like a 14-year-old, as if she wouldn't take it. When you think about it, so much money. And for a girl that age, that's like 10,000 to us. Or 100,000 even. Pretty unfair though. Like the men should be moral enough to not put the girl in that position. But they're not, dude. Australian men are not moral. They're really fucked up. So yeah, just basically living in hell. Feel pretty boss. Living in hell and being one of the good guys. I feel like I've got it over everyone. Kind of feel like a bit of a tough guy.
Yeah. Go check.
But yeah, I think there's a lot of fucking homeless kids right now. There's so many. Practically everyone. Like, I was hanging out in the CBD. I was doing the CBD a couple of months back. I was hanging out in the Central Park. And there's just like groups of like 50, 20 groups of like homeless youths hanging out. Because the cost of living's gone up, and all these dudes have like, assaulted their own daughters and then kick them out, and try and cover their tracks. It's pretty sick. Similar thing happened to me actually. But my family, well, some of my family did assault me actually. But the family that threw me out, they aren't the ones that assaulted me, but they, swept it under the rug and turned the other cheek, looked the other way, and didn't want to face facts, and then just threw me out instead of like trying to figure out. Because now that I'm older, it's more obvious to me what they did. A lot of parents do that. It's what makes it such a taboo thing, is that like when it does happen, people would rather ignore it because they can't deal with it and lead a normal life. So they'd rather just ignore it. But yeah, in Australia, pretty much everyone's been assaulted, so I've just got the balls to talk about it.
My teammate says there's enemy on the other side or something. What are you talking?
Oh, it's a llama. I was wondering what that sound was.
I can't kill it. It's gone. Oh, it went to the rift.
The thing about being assaulted is like, it's actually better if you don't tell people, because I've seen it happen with a girl before. She got assaulted and she was crying. People didn't react very well. They seemed to hate her. And they also seemed to think, the girls seemed to hate her, and the guys seemed to think that now, like, it's okay if they assault her, because she's already... So I wouldn't recommend it for others, but I know self-defense, so... I was a child back then, and I thought I had to listen to adults. I didn't know that I could, like... But now I do know, so I'm not worried about that happening. But yeah, I never told anyone when I was younger, and I think I was smarter for that.
Yeah. people wants a girlfriend. A lot of people wants a girlfriend.
Yeah, well, there's such a division between males and females these days.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want a girlfriend. They're fucking a nightmare. I can't, it's not worth it. I love how they're saying that it's not worth it now because of the abortion status, but it's not worth it anyway, because they're just such a bitch.
Yeah.
It's just not an enjoyable thing to be doing. Having a girlfriend or going on dates or asking girls on dates, even. Because they just act like they're just so desperate for attention. And rather than be genuine, they would talk shit and try and get attention from people. What were we shooting at? Was it just that the whole time? That
there
wolf?
was people.
Where'd they
Those
go?
are real people. People's running, I think.
Rift.
Somebody just go.
Alright, I'm gonna go for this tower.
Somebody shooting.
Yeah, so this town's really hurting right now. All the teenagers are just disappeared, and they're all like wearing raggedy ass clothes. You can tell everybody's homeless as all hell. I fit in with them because I've been homeless before. So we just vibe. It's actually funny. There was this dude that was trying to like start me in a fight, and he ended up being homeless. But he was like dumb about it. Like, we all find like abandoned houses because the market's so shitty. There's a lot of empty houses and shit, you know. And so we find, you know, abandoned houses. But this guy just decided to just like dumbasses. They just camp in the middle of the street in the city, like fucking like what, like.
There's a lot of people.
Yeah, I got no one where I am.
There's a lot of people over here.
I'm coming.
There's too many. You need to burn that. You need to burn that build down.
Got him. Got one of them. There's more. They pounded me.
Hold on, let me try to get you.
Thanks, man.
They're coming soon.
Yes.
It was just one person.